Imagine the humid New Orleans night of March 4th, 1995, where jazz whispers through the French Quarter. But inside the Washington Post restaurant, terror is about to erupt. Antoinette Frank, a fresh-faced 23-year-old NOPD officer, steps through the door with a smile, her uniform crisp under the dim lights. She's there to pick up her paycheck, or so she says. But hidden beneath that badge is a storm of desperation and deceit. Frank had joined the force just 2 years earlier, in 1993, chasing the thrill of authority after a troubled youth. Little did her colleagues know, she was already entangled with Rogers Lacaze, a 19-year-old thug with a rap sheet longer than Bourbon Street. Together, they plotted a robbery that would turn deadly. As the clock strikes midnight, Frank signals her crew, her boyfriend, and another accomplice lurking in the shadows. The family running the eatery, hard-working Vietnamese immigrants, trusts her implicitly. That's their fatal mistake. Gunfire shatters the peace, bodies crumple, and a fellow officer, Ronald Williams, becomes an unwitting victim in this betrayal. What drives a cop to slaughter her own? Stick around as we unravel the chilling layers of Frank's double life, where loyalty twists into lethal ambition. This isn't just a crime. It's a symphony of betrayal that still echoes in the Crescent City's underbelly. Flashback to Frank's early days on the beat. Hired amid NOPD's diversity push, she patrolled the streets with a swagger that masked her instability. Rumors swirled of her father's mysterious death, a bullet-riddled skull later unearthed in her backyard, whispering unsolved family secrets. But on that fateful night, greed overpowered caution. As the restaurant's owner, Ha Vu, counts the till, Frank distracts with small talk, her hand inching toward her service weapon. Suddenly, masks drop and Lacaze bursts in, shotgun blazing. Ha's 17-year-old son, Kwok Chow, cowers behind the counter, his pleas cut short by a blast. Frank, now unmasked in her treachery, turns on her partner Williams, who arrives for his shift. He draws his gun, but she's faster. Cold, calculated shots end his life in a pool of spilled foe. The trio ransacks the safe, stuffing pockets with $1,500 and dreams of escape. Yet, as sirens wail in the distance, panic sets in. They flee into the bayou night, leaving a trail of brass casings and shattered trust. Eyewitnesses? None alive. But Frank's overconfidence would be her undoing. A forgotten pager buzzes, linking her to the scene. The city reels, a cop killer among them. How does justice claw its way through corruption? Our dive deepens next. Dawn breaks over New Orleans, and the crime scene buzzes with forensics teams sifting through blood-soaked floors. Detectives piece together the horror. 3 executions, execution style, in a place meant for late-night bites. Frank, playing the grieving colleague, even joins the initial canvas, her crocodile tears fooling no one for long. A tip leads to Lacaze's hideout, where bloody clothes and the murder weapon surface like ghosts from the grave. Frank's alibi crumbles under interrogation, her story of clocking out early riddled with holes. Then the bombshell, that buried skull under her home, dated to her father's unsolved murder. Was she a serial deceiver from the start? Prosecutors build a fortress of circumstantial evidence, phone records tying her to Lacaze, mismatched timelines, and a witness spotting her fleeing vehicle. The media frenzy grips the nation. Headlines scream badge of blood. Frank's trial in 1995 unfolds like a Southern Gothic novel, with her smirking through testimony, denying everything. Lacaze flips, painting her as the mastermind. Juries gasp at autopsy photos showing Williams' desperate final stand. Motive? Easy money and a thrill for power. But as verdicts loom, whispers of NOPD cover-ups swirl. Could the blue wall protect her? The gavel falls. Guilty on all counts. Courtroom drama peaks as Frank faces the ultimate sentence: death by lethal injection. At 24, she's the youngest woman on Louisiana's death row, her bravado cracking under the weight of iron bars. Appeals flood in, citing botched investigations and racial bias in the NOPD's hiring. Yet, evidence mounts unyieldingly. Ballistics match her gun. Fibers from her uniform snag on the counter. Lacaze, her co-conspirator, gets life, ratting her out for leniency. Frank's family fractures. Her mother testifies to a good girl gone wrong, but the jury sees a monster in blue. Post-conviction hearings drag into the 2000s, with DNA tests on that paternal skull adding macabre intrigue. Could it link to other crimes? By 2025, she's still at Louisiana Correctional Institute for Women, her execution stalled by endless legal chess. A December hearing looms, challenging procedural flaws, but victims await her TO. Families demand closure. Ronald Williams' widow speaks out. She wore the badge I trusted. Frank's letters from prison. Defiant rants against the system. This case exposes the rot in law enforcement. Cops policing cops, where justice limps. As appeals dwindle, one question haunts. Will the executioner finally call her name? Our story twists toward redemption's shadow. Next. Years blur on death row, but Frank's saga refuses to fade. Documentaries dissect her psyche. Was it poverty's push or pure psychopathy? Experts point to her NOPD psych eval, flagged for impulsivity, yet ignored in the rush to fill quotas. The buried skull? Tests confirm it's her father's, shot execution style, unsolved since '89. Did she pull that trigger too? Conspiracy theorists buzz online, claiming frame-ups by dirty cops she exposed via internal complaints. Yet, hard evidence, surveillance glimpses, Lacaze's testimony seals her fate. In 2010's appeals, she argues ineffective counsel, but courts uphold the verdict. Victims' advocates rally. Havu's survivors sue the city for negligent hiring, winning settlements that fund scholarships in Kwok Chow's name. Frank? She paints haunting portraits in prison, selling them for commissary cash. Her art a window to unrepentant eyes. By 2025, with Biden-era scrutiny on death penalty, her case symbolizes reform's battleground. A federal review questions racial disparities. Black woman on death row for cop killing? Irony bites. But as the hearing nears, polls show public fury undimmed. No remorse from Frank. Interviews reveal a woman who laughs off the graves she dug. This betrayal's ripple? Eroded faith in badges everywhere. As 2025's December hearing approaches, Antoinette Frank's story culminates in a courtroom reckoning that could rewrite her ending or seal it. At 53, time has etched lines on a face once full of false promise, but her denials endure like kudzu. Prosecutors rehearse airtight timelines, while defense claws at faded memories and procedural ghosts. The Vu family's quiet vigil outside reminds us, justice delayed isn't denied. Ronald Williams' badge, retired in honor, gleams in a memorial case, a stark reminder of trust's fragility. Frank's legacy, a cautionary tale in police academies, where recruits learn her name as a warning. Online true crime communities dissect every angle, from her heist blueprint to that eerie skull. Yet beneath the spectacle lies raw human cost, a restaurant-turned-tomb, lives snuffed for chump change. If executed, she'll join Angola's shadowed ranks. If not, life without parole mocks the gavel's finality. What lingers? The question of reform. How do we spot the wolves in sheep's clothing? Antoinette Frank didn't just kill, she assassinated faith in the thin blue line. Hit like if this gripped you. Subscribe for more dives into darkness. And comment, death or life? The bayou holds its breath. Picture this. Los Angeles, August 29, 1986. A city of dreams where one woman's obsession turns nightmare. Stephanie Lazarus, a rising star in the LAPD, sharp-suited and silver-tongued, harbors a secret rage that simmers for decades. At 26, she's already a detective prodigy, but her heart aches for John Ruetten, her college flame who slipped away. When he marries Sherry Rasmussen, a bright nurse with eyes like starlight, Lazarus can't let go. Jealousy festers into fury. That morning, Sherry's found beaten and shot in their Van Nuys condo. The scene staged like a botched burglary. Drawers yanked, a TV tipped, but detectives sense something off. No forced entry, and those binding marks scream personal vendetta. Lazarus, worlds away in uniform, feigns shock at roll call. The case chills for 23 years, a ghost in the LAPD files. Then a DNA miracle, a bite mark on Sherry's arm, gnawed in rage. It matches Lazarus. How does a cop outfox her own department? Join me as we stalk this twisted trail of love gone lethal, where evidence hides in plain sight and betrayal wears a badge. You won't believe the takedown. Rewind to Lazarus's glory days. Pepperdine grad, top of her academy class. She climbs LAPD ranks like a vine on a Hollywood sign. John Ruetten, her unrequited anchor, a USC architect whose wedding invite stings like salt. Sherry, vibrant and vivacious, embodies everything Lazarus craves. Post-snub, Lazarus stalks subtly, phone calls, drive-bys, until that fatal dawn. She slips in with a stolen key, perhaps from a welfare check pretext. Rage erupts, fists fly. A .38 revolver barks twice into Sherry's chest. To cover, Lazarus bites in frenzy, then ransacks for camouflage. She exits cool as condor, back to precinct coffee. Early probes finger 2 Latino burglars. Rasmussen's binding evokes gang ties, but hunches fade. Lazarus, art theft squad ace, thrives oblivious, or so it seems. Whispers of her grudge circulate, but who suspects the investigator? By 2009, biotech wizards retest that bite swab. CODIS pings. Stakeout time. Detectives tail her, catching lies in casual chat. Ever bite in a fight? She freezes. The queen falls. Interrogation room? A masterclass in denial, crumbling to confession's edge. 2010 bust. Lazarus, now 50 and a captain, cuffed in her own station. Shockwaves ripple through LAPD. How'd she dodge for decades? Forensics feast. DNA 9.7 billion to 1 match, plus her prints on a fake burglary report. The bite? A lover's mark turned murderer's signature. Trial prep unearths diaries hinting at obsession. John's photos dog-eared, Sherry's name scratched out. Ruetten testifies, torn. She was my friend once. Lazarus's defense? Botched scene. Planted evidence, classic cop playbook. But jurors, glued to gruesome slides, see through it. 2012 trial grips LA. Prosecutors paint a stalking sniper, defense a framed feminist in a boys' club. Lazarus takes the stand, poise cracking under cross. I loved him, but murder? Absurd. Yet her alibi evaporates. Phone pings place her near the condo. Guilty verdict echoes like a gavel on glass. Sentence, 27 to life. No tears from the bench. Sherry's family exhales. John's a mirror to unchecked passion in power's corridors. Twists await in appeal's labyrinth. Prison blues suit Lazarus poorly. Central California Women's Facility, where her detective dreams dissolve in routine. Appeals launch in 2013, claiming DNA chain of custody flaws, but courts swat them down. By 2015, parole board debut. Stone-faced, she claims growth, but victims' advocates roar. Denied. John Rutan remarries, but Sherry's ghost lingers in therapy sessions. Lazarus? She sues LAPD for discrimination, twisting her saga into grievance gold. Media milks it. Podcasts probe her psyche. Was it rejection's red rage or deeper darkness? Experts nod to erotomania, where unrequited love births delusion. 2020s bring COVID delays, but 2024 parole? Another no. Board cites lack of remorse. As of September 2025, at 65, she's eligible again soon. Health waning from stress. Sherry's brother speaks. Let her rot. Case reforms cold storage protocols. Bite mark forensics now gospel. Lazarus's letters, poetic pleas for freedom, unsigned by empathy. This obsession's echo, a warning to badge wearers. Personal demons don't clock out. Justice's slow grind nears a fork. Parole or perpetuity? Deep dive into Lazarus's unraveling. Post-arrest psych evals reveal a compartmentalized mind. Grief masked as grit. LAPD internal probe? Sloppy oversight. Her grudge known, yet unchecked. The bite mark, once dismissed as animal, becomes legend. Training tool for rookies. Rutan's book deal spills intimate horrors. Lazarus's accidental run-ins, gifts laced with longing. Trial transcripts, public now, fuel YouTube deep dives. Fans debate, calculated killer or lovesick fool. 2022 appeal flops on video evidence. Her interrogation tape, squirming under fluorescent lies. Prison life? She tutors inmates in law, ironic echo of her past. But no redemption arc. 2024 denial cites ongoing family pain. By 2025, age 65, arthritis slows her. Yet appeals persist, funded by cop sympathizers. Sherry's memorial garden blooms in Van Nuys. Plaque reading, Forever Bright. Lazarus's impact? Spurred stalking laws for officers. Mandatory bias checks. Online sleuths unearth her college poems, foreshadowing fatal fixation. Remorse? A 2023 letter admits regret, but dodges blame. This tale's core, love's shadow devours when nursed in silence. As boards reconvene, will mercy mock the grave? September 2025. Lazarus's saga crests with parole whispers amid reform winds. At 65, frail but fierce, she preps for review. Counsel arguing time served heals. Prosecutors counter, unrepentant, a threat in twilight. Sherry's kin petition vehemently, life for a life. LAPD, scarred, stays silent, but leaks hint at buried files. This case, born in '86 Haze, now symbolizes forensic triumph. DNA's dawn, cracking cold cases wide. Rutan, graying, advocates closure. Let history judge. Lazarus's final stand, a hearing where words weigh like lead. If freed, she'll vanish into anonymity's arms. Denied, shadows lengthen. Legacy? Textbooks cite her as the bite mark murder, cautioning obsession's orbit. True crime circuits buzz. Docs planned, her smirk immortalized. Yet beneath glamour, a woman's life snuffed for a man's heart. Hit subscribe for verdict updates. Like if jealousy chills you. Comment your take. Free or forever? Stephanie Lazarus. Proof that some grudges outlive their graves, leaving justice to gnaw at the bone. Dallas, September 6, 2018. Sunset gilds the Southside Flats, but inside apartment 1478, death knocks softly. Amber Guyger, 30-year-old off-duty cop, trudges home after a 13-hour shift, uniform swapped for civvies, mind numb from routine. She parks, grabs takeout, climbs to what she thinks is floor 4. Wrong. Door 1478 swings open. Botham John, 26, accountant with a voice like velvet, unwinds with ice cream on the couch. To Guyger, silhouette screams intruder. Hey, come out, She barks, gun drawn. Botham rises, confused. His own home. Shots ring, 2 to the chest. He crumples, gasping why, as she calls it in, panic cracking her voice. Backup arrives. Botham's brother Brant arrives, wailing. Guyger, cuffed briefly, then released on technicality. The city erupts, another black man dead by cop hands. This time, oops. Was it mistake or malice? Dive with me into this hallway horror, where doors deceive and apologies ring hollow. From arrest to 100 million reckoning, this story grips like a 911 tape. Stay locked in. The twists will stun you. Guyger's day unravels backward. 400 calls logged, fatigue's fog thick. Southside Flats, cookie-cutter towers, confuses even residents. Her unit 1474, 1 floor up. Texts to her partner ping mid-shift. Miss you, stressed. Post-rush, she texts again, distracted. Elevator skips, she walks up, smells weed wafting. Botham's legal puff. Key fits universal fob's glitch. Door ajar from chain slip. Inside, cozy chaos, not her stark space. Botham, St. Lucia native, hymns humming from speakers, freezes at the armed stranger. Guyger later claims fear. Training kicks in, draw and fire. But critics cry, protocol screams de-escalate, not execute. 911 audio haunts. Her sobs mix with his gurgles. Paramedics rush him to Baylor, where he codes. Brant Jean, devout brother, prays at bedside. Guyger, downtown, blurts to superiors, I thought it was my apartment. Arrest follows. Murder charge rare for cops. Protests swell. Botham was the burglar, media frenzy. Her Facebook prayer posts clash with the blood. This wrong door defense cracks under scrutiny next. October 2018 trial. Dallas courthouse boils, national eyes glued. Prosecutors dismantle Guyger's tale. Why no knock? No backup call pre-entry? Neighbors testify. Her screams post-shot, not during threat. Botham's fridge magnets, family photos, clearly not hers. Defense counters. Honest mistake. PTSD from job. But ballistics bite. Shots from above. Execution angle. Jurors, diverse panel. Deliberate days. Holdout for manslaughter. Verdict. Murder. October 2nd. 10 years. Tears flow as Judge Tammy Kemp hugs her. Forgive yourself. Brant stuns. Hugs Guyger. Preaches mercy. I forgive you. Viral moment. But fury simmers. Activists decry soft justice. Appeals fly. Immunity claims flop. 2021, transferred to federal lockup for safety. Botham's legacy? Foundation aids at-risk youth. His smile on billboards. Guyger's prison letters? Regret laced with, it was an accident. This case ignites cop accountability fire. Body cams mandatory. Training revamps. But as years tick, does 10 suffice for a life? Reckoning civil storm brews. 2022 parole hearing. Guyger, model inmate, tutors, preaches. Board denies. Too soon, public outcry thunders. Botham's parents sue city. Negligent training, $100 million sought. 2024 trial. Evidence mounts. Faulty doors. Lax protocols. Jury sides with Jeans. Guyger liable. November verdict awards $98.65 million. Mostly city payout. She appeals, claiming bias. Prison grind wears. Therapy mandated. Faith her crutch. Media mines her past. Texts reveal racial slurs. Friends jokes. Was fatigue facade for deeper prejudice? Experts split. Implicit bias or brain fart. By 2025, at 37, she's halfway served. Good behavior whispers early out. But Jeans vow vigilance. No freedom till hours. Activism surges. Botham Jean Act pushes no-knock bans. Guyger's interviews? Tearful, but dodge systemic rot. This hallway's echo, a nation's mirror on race and rank. As appeals drag, one door remains ajar: redemption or resentment. Deep into Guyger's psyche. Psych reports cite exhaustion, but ignore pattern. Prior complaints of overzealous stops. Botham's world? Church choir. Deloitte dreamer. No criminal shadow. Civil win exposes Southside scandals. Maintenance logs hide door defects. Guyger's squad mates testify. She was solid, but cracks show in deleted texts. 2024 denial rationale? Victim impact profound. Prison reforms follow. Cop classes on de-escalation. Brandt's book, Unforgivable Love. Flips script, forgiveness as weapon. Guyger reads it, reportedly moved. Yet 2025 polls, 60% say too lenient. Her art? Bible verses sketched, sold for commissary. Legacy duel, villain to some, victim to kin. Online wars rage. Hashtag justice for Botham versus Cop Blue. This mistake unmasks urban isolation's perils. Proximity breeds tragedy. As October 2025 parole looms, tension coils. Will mercy's hug extend to bars? Or justice demand full debt? September 17th, 2025. Guyger's path forks at parole's gate, 5 years in. At 37, tempered by cell block reflection, she petitions with glowing reports. Prosecutors arm with Jean family's pleas. 10 isn't enough. Dallas simmers, vigils light Botham's corner. Verdict could spark anew. Release riots or quiet closure. Civil payout strains city coffers, fueling reform bills. Guyger's final plea? I've changed for Botham. But echoes of his last why linger. This saga, from fatal knock to forgiveness feint, redefines accountability. Cops human, yes, but lethal. Botham's hymns now anthems in marches. Hit like for his light. Subscribe for updates. Comment, forgive or finish. Amber Guyger, proof one wrong turn dooms forever. Leaving doors to justice forever half open. Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, April 11th, 2021. Spring air, crisp, but a routine stop spirals to slaughter. Kim Potter, 26-year veteran cop, pulls over Dante Wright, 20, for expired tags. He's young, dreads flowing, chatting with girlfriend in passenger seat. Backup arrives. Officer spots warrant for Wright's domestic beef. Cuffs out. Resistance flares. Wright squirms, bolts for driver's door. Potter yells, taser. But horror, she grabs her Glock. Black on black. Mistaking death for stun. Bang. Wright slumps. Car lurches, crashes yards away. Girlfriend screams into live Facebook. They shot him. Potter wails. Holy shit, I just shot him, as medics swarm. Dante dies en route, unarmed, a life snuffed in seconds. Protests ignite, amid Derek Chauvin's trial nearby. Cries of say his name, echo. Was it panic or pattern? Potter resigns, charged fast. Peel back this pavement tragedy with me, where training fails and a mother's wail haunts. From body cam blur to courtroom catharsis, this grips gut deep. Don't scroll, truth unfolds raw. Potter's patrol, coffee cold, shift dragging. Wright, father-to-be, Aaron's mid-morning glow. Stop escalates, warrant read, strangulation chills air. He complies half, then twists free. Fuck this. Potter, right flank, deploys spray, miss. He dives in, engine revs. Her shout, stop, I'll tase ya. Hand fumbles holster, Glock 17, not yellow taser X26. Trigger squeeze, round pierces heart. Car spins, hits barrier. Girlfriend cradles him, blood blooming. Body cam captures chaos. Potter's recoil. Taser, taser, oh my God. Dispatch scrambles, riot's brew blocks away. Chief resigns next day. Potter booked for manslaughter. Family grieves. Dante's aunt live streams agony. Media vortex. Her tears authentic or act? Training logs surface. Monthly taser drills, yet muscle memory betrays. This oops ignites fury. Black lives, again, clipped by blue. Interrogation? Potter sobs. I grabbed wrong. But why shoot fleeing suspect? Layers peel in trials forge. April 2022 trial. Hennepin Courthouse Fortress. Jury sequestered from fury. Prosecutors hammer. 26 years, 12,000 arrests. Should know tools. Body cam slows to nightmare. Her reach, yell, shot. Experts testify. Clear distinction. Glock heavier, no safety arc. Potter weeps on stand. Feared for partner, pure accident. Defense. Stress-induced error, no malice. But jurors flinch at autopsy. Entry wound precise. Deliberation drags, deadlock fears. Verdict: guilty first and second degree manslaughter, December 9th. Sentence: 2 years, jaw drops. Judge notes remorse, but crowds boo, slap. Appeals vow. Dante's mom, Katie, sues city. Millions for pain. Potter enters Shakopee prison, 2023 release eyed. Legacy? Body cams explode usage. Taser protocols tighten. Color coding, verbal cues. This polls echo? A nation's cry for better badges. As bars close, does 2 heal the hollow? Prison entry. Potter, 60s now, good conduct credits. 2023 parole. Early nod, 16 months served. Out April 5th. Ankle monitor, therapy ordered. Public spits. Protests at release gate. Civil suit settles. 3.75 million to rights. City reforms training. Appeals court upholds 2024. Calling evidence overwhelming. Her book? Ghosted whispers of regret, but dodged systemic sins. Dante's son, born post-mortem, bears his name. Legacy in laughter. Potter fades to obscurity. Consulting gigs rumored. Media post-mortem. Fatigue factor? Shift logs show overtime grind. This mix-up unmasks cop culture. Rush over reason. By 2025, at 67, she's grandparent quiet, but scars scream. Wright Foundation thrives. Scholarships in his vibe. Remorse real? Letters to family. Unforgivable error. Yet, forgiveness? Katie, time heals, not erases. As appeals dust settles, one shot reshapes rules. Potter's Unravel. Psych dive reveals weapons confusion, rare but real. Adrenaline's blur. Wright's world? Mechanic dreams, family glue, no threat. Civil docs exposed apartment lapses, outdated drills. Potter's squad? She was mom figure, but cracks in complacency. 2024 review. Sentence lenient. Reform bills pass. Federal taser mandates. Dante's murals bloom. His smile defies death. Potter's interviews? Sparse. Voice quavers. Haunts every breath. Online divides. Accident apologists versus accountability army. Legacy. Simulator tech booms. Virtual what-ifs for recruits. At 67 in 2025, health falters. Stress heart scare. Wright's channel payout to advocacy. No more Dante's. This tragedy's thread? Human error amplified by power's perch. As she reflects in retirement's hush, will wisdom warn others or echo fade unanswered? September 2025. Potter's chapter closes in quiet accountability. 4 years post-poll. At 67, monitored life, she volunteers anonymously. Redemption's whisper. Wright family marks anniversaries with marches. Dante's joy in Junior's grin. Appeals exhausted. Reforms ripple. National standards salute his sacrifice. Potter's final word? A 2025 op-ed. Train harder, feel deeper. But Katie counters, actions speak. This saga, from tag stop to tase tragedy. Blueprints better blues, confusion's cure in clarity. Dante's playlist pulses at vigils, life over loss. Hit subscribe for reform ripples, like if it hits home. Comment, accident or atrocity. Kim Potter, proof, one grad ghosts generations, urging us to holster haste. Louisville, March 13, 2020. Midnight shadows cloak Breonna Taylor's apartment, but lies light the fuse. Kelly Goodlett, 27, rising detective in LMPD, pens a warrant affidavit laced with fiction. Drug package to Taylor's door. Intel from concerned citizen. Truth? Stale tip. No packages, months old. She stamps it. Hands to SWAT. Joshua Janes. Brett Hankison. No-knock raid. Battering ram crashes. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, fires in terror. Thinking intruders. Shots return. 32 blind blasts. Taylor hits 6 times. Crumples in hall. Chaos. Walker cuffed. Dog shot. Fish tank shattered. Goodlett blocks away. Sleeps sound. Until dawn's horror. Friendly fire spin crumbles. Protests blaze post-George Floyd. Goodlett, central to cover-up. Tipping texts deleted. Charged federal. Her pen proves deadlier than bullets. Unpack this paperwork peril with me, where bureaucracy births brutality. From affidavit forgery to guilty plea, this web ensnares. Goodlett's ascent, Academy star, detective by 27, Janes's shadow. Taylor, 26, EMT hero, no drugs, innocent in crossfire. Warrant hunt, Janes fabricates postal alert, Goodlett rubber stamps without verify. No time, she later claims. Raid greenlit, Hankison's whatever necessary. Walker, armed legally, shoots. Hankison unloads into window. Bullets pierce neighbor walls. Taylor, rising for slippers, caught fatal. Goodlett hears via radio, rushes scene, helps spin. Walker aggressor, texts fly. Delete chain, she warns. Investigation lags. Taylor's family screams cover. FBI probes 2020. Goodlett lawyered up. Body cam? None. Policy void. This lie's life? Exposed by Walker's 911. Someone kicked in. Protests torch precincts. Goodlett suspended. Her role? Keystone in Conspiracy Castle. Interrogation? Stonewall. As charges loom, does paper trail burn her? August 2022. Goodlett flips. Guilty plea to conspiracy, civil rights deprivation. Details spill. New lies. Buried them. Warned of probe. Sentence cap, 5 years federal. Janes, Hankison indicted state. Hankison convicted wanton endangerment. Trial theater. Her testimony guts co-cons. I feared exposure. Taylor's mom, Tamika Palmer, glares. Your words killed my girl. Media maelstrom. Hashtag say her name murals multiply. Goodlett's deal? Immunity for truth, but remorse? Thin. 2023 sentencing delayed. Health woes cited. Civil suits balloon. City settles $12 million. Reforms rush. No-knock bans, warrant reviews. Her badge? Revoked. This forgery's fallout, a blueprint for badge betrayal. As bars beckon, echoes of Taylor's last breath linger. 2023 plea hearing. Goodlett, tear-streaked allocutes. I failed Breonna. Judge nods, but Palmer erupts. Liar. 5-year max, probation possible. Co-defendants rage. Jane sues for betrayal. Prison pending 2025. She preps in witness protection whispers. Taylor Foundation booms. Health equity grants. Goodlett's past? Model officer facade hid corner cutting. Probes uncover more fakes. Warrants galore. 2024 updates. Federal proceedings drag. Appeals tangle. At 32, motherhood tugs, daughter's face in pleas. Legacy? Poster child for accountability. Training mandates her name. Remorse real? Letters to Palmer, unanswered. This lie's long shadow reshapes raids nationwide. As sentence drops, does 5 salve the 6 wounds? Goodlett's core, ambition's acid erodes ethics. Taylor's light, colleague savior, party glow. Affidavit autopsy, 0 corroboration, Goodlett's sign-off fatal. Civil docs, LMPD culture of quotas. Her flip, survival stitch, but Palmer calls coward. 2024 hearings, health deferral, anxiety cited. Reforms, body cams universal, civilian oversight. Goodlett's silence post-plea, ghost in headlines. Taylor's sister, words weaponize worst. Online, conspiracy clips clip her cred. At 32 in 2025, trial tail end nears. Full term? Legacy, catalyst for change, but scar unhealed. This paperwork's poison proves intent in ink. As gavel nears, will bars break the cycle? September 2025. Goodlett's fate seals in federal court, plea rippling to reform's tide. At 32, facing up to 5, she eyes halfway house hope. Palmer's vigils vow vigilance, no peace till paid. Co-trials churn, Jane's convicted 2024. Taylor Act passes, warrants. Goodlett's whisper, regret reshapes me. But 6 shots silence doubt. This saga, from forged page to fatal breach, mandates meticulous. Brianna's portrait pulses in protests. Subscribe for sentencing scoop. Like for her fight. Comment, enough. Kelly Goodlett, proof lies load chambers, urging truth's trigger pull. Manhattan Detention Complex, November 19th, 2020. Fluorescents buzz over Riker's grim grid. But in cell block hell, one captain's call cascades to catastrophe. Rebecca Hillman, 44, seasoned NYC DOC captain, oversees night shift when inmate Ryan Wilson, 27, knots a bedsheet noose. Pre-trial detainee on suicide watch, he's unraveling. Mental health pleas ignored. Hillman spots the sway on monitors, radios subordinates. Do not enter, observe. Minutes tick. Wilson's kicks fade. Guards hesitate. Her order echoes. Protocol be damned. By rounds, he's cold. Cover spins, found too late. But logs lie. Video vindicates. Protests swell. Riker's rot exposed amid COVID crush. Hillman charged. Criminally negligent homicide. First for a correction officer. Was it malice or malaise? Trek this tower of indifference with me, where oversight kills quiet. From command to conviction, this chills bone deep. Hold on. Riker's secrets spill slow. Hillman's watch. 20 years climbing DOC ranks. Burnout's badge. Wilson, Brooklyn dad, nabbed on gun charge, spiraled in isolation. Psyche evals flagged high risk. November chill. He begs meds, gets nada. 2:17 a.m. Sheet loops neck, door bars. Hillman, control booth queen, keys mic. Leave him, log it. Subordinates freeze, fear her wrath. 2:32, pulse gone. Revive fails, body bagged. Shift end, she shreds notes? No, digital dams. DA probes, video timestamps her gaze, unmoved. Wilson kin wail, captain of cruelty. Media unmasks Rikers. Suicide spike, staff shortages. Hillman suspended, union shields. Her defense? Followed vague rules. But experts howl. Duty demands intervene. This order's origin? A system shrug. As cuffs click, does blue code crack? March 2024 trial. Bronx court packs. Jury steals for screens. Prosecutors play tape. Hillman's voice Flat as fate, observe only. Logs show 15-minute lag, her coffee break. Wilson's mom testifies he feared that place. Hillman stands, feared riot if entered. But no unrest, pure paralysis. Deliberation swift, guilty, landmark. Sentencing July 2025, 6 months jail, first officer felon. She appeals, overreach. Kin exhale, justice, tiny. Reforms rush, suicide protocols tighten, cameras everywhere. Hillman's fall, from captain to convict. This command's cost, exposes empire of error. Echoes fade, or fuel fire. Jail stint starts. Hillman, 49, Rikers, irony bites. Good behavior, early out whispers. Appeals 2025, claim jury bias. Wilson's foundation funds mental health, his smile in ads. DOC scandal swells, more probes. Her past, commendations clash with complaints. Sentence rationale, breach of trust profound. At 49, career crumbles, pension pause. Remorse, statement, tragic error. But mom, too late. Legacy, catalyst for care. Mandatory training, her trial. This oversight's over, or underbelly stirs. Hillman's heart, fatigue's fog, but choice clear. Wilson's warmth, barber dreams, family first. Video verdict, her nod as life ebbs. Civil suits, city pays $1 million. Appeals flop 2025, evidence iron. Reforms, psych staffing doubles. Hillman's quiet, no media mea culpa. Online, outrage orbits her order. At 49, reflections sell. Legacy, warning whistle, indifference indicts. As bars bend, will wisdom wake wards? September 2025, Hillman's 6 months wind. Appeal ashes. At 49, free soon, stigma sticks. Wilson's vigil's voice reform, Rikers rebuilds. Her echo, lesson learned, but kicks haunt. This command crafts change, care over command. Ryan's light leads. Subscribe for shifts, like for light. Comment, enough. Rebecca Hillman, proof orders outlast breaths, demanding duties dawn. Columbia, Missouri, January 9th, 2019. School dismissal buzzes battle high. Kids scatter like confetti. Andrea Heese, 42, Columbia PD officer, cruises in cruiser. Radio chatter low. Eyes on phone? Logs say yes. Text mid-patrol. Sidewalk teams. 4-year-old Gabriella Curry, pigtails bouncing. Darts from mom's grip chasing sibling. Heese's SUV veers. Tires whisper death. Thud echoes. Gabby airborne, lands limp. Mom screams. Heese bolts out. Oh God. Accident. 911. Frantic. Hit a child. Paramedics swarm, but tiny chest stills. Community crumbles. Vigils for Gabby cakes. Heese sidelined. Tears flow. Vehicular homicide? Careless charge. Was distraction doom? Roll through this rush hour rupture with me, where duty drifts deadly. From crash to courtroom cop-out, this tug's heartstrings taut. Stay. Small town sorrow swells. Heese's shift. Veteran mom, routine rounds. Gabby's glee, kindergarten joy. Family anchor. 3:15 p.m., dismissal dash. Heese texts hubby, vehicle wanders curb. No sirens, no scan. 80 feet to impact. SUV clips, Gabby cartwheels 20 yards. Heese cradles, CPR futile. Dashcam dark, policy void. Witnesses, on phone. Probes confirm, mid-message. City mourns, Heese grieves privately. Charge, June 2021, careless driving, plea deal. Defense, momentary lapse. But mom, life for lapse? This drift's depth, distracted driving's devil? As bars beckon brief, does badge buffer? June 2021 plea, reduced charge, 2 years probation, no jail, 40 hours service. Judge, tragedy, not crime. Crowds cry foul, slap. Appeals, none. Gabby's fun soars, playground's bare name. Heese resigns, therapy trail. Reforms, dash cams mandatory. Phone bans. Her stand, unimaginable pain. Mom hugs? No. Heals alone. Legacy wake-up whiplash? This clip's close. Or curve ahead? Probation ticks. Heese, 46, community shadow. Early release 2022. Good. Civil settles quiet. Gabby's siblings, therapy tots. Heese's heart, donor drives. At 46, badge buried. Remorse, interviews weep. Legacy, law tightens, officer alerts. This Veer's verdict, mercy mocks. Heese's haze, fatigue plus phone. Gabby's grace, drawings delight. Cam catch, wheel wobble. Suits, city faults. Reforms, tech tracks. Heese's hush, healing halt. Legacy, lesson loud. At 46, 2025, quiet. Will whisper warn? September 2025, Heese's probation passed. Peace precarious. At 46, Gabby's gap gapes. Mom's march, safety strides. Her nod, changed forever. This thud, thunders change. Gabby's giggle ghosts. Subscribe for stories. Like for little lights. Comment, justice? Andrea Heese, proof paths pivot peril. Paving caution's course.